If you've ever stood in front of your board and explained why your project went over budget, this video is for you. Because here's what I want to tell you. That overrun was not inevitable. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't even a bad contractor. It was contract structure. And it was visible before construction started. Here's what almost every project owner I've worked with over the year discovers, but too late. The moment your contractor was awarded the job, they could already see the gaps, the ambiguous scope, the risks that were not properly allocated, the payment mechanism that rewards them for claiming rather than performing. Your legal team reviewed the contract, they approved the terms and conditions, the indemnities, liabilities, etc. They protected you from a legal perspective. But the legal risk is only 5% of your total exposure. The other 95% is commercial risk, cost, schedule, risk allocation, incentive structures that almost no one reviews properly. That's the gap, and that's where your budget went. My name is Wissam Edessa, and I've spent 35 years managing contracts on some of the world's most complex construction, oil and gas, infrastructure projects. I've managed over $17 billion worth of contracts over the last 7.5 years, and I've sat on both sides of the negotiating table with a total portfolio of $25 billion over the last 17 years. And the most consistent lesson I've learned is this: the difference between a project that finishes on budget and on time and one that doesn't almost always lives in the contract structure, not the contractor. The proof: I'll give you two real client stories. Story number one: Alberta Oil and Gas, contractor side. I worked with a project management team at a major EPC firm for a major oil and gas company in Alberta. Side, the project had started as a reimbursable contract, open-ended, full budget exposure, and at the time of conversion, we locked in a lump sum fixed price, say a little bit shy of $500 million. The project came in under budget. The project manager didn't touch a single dollar of his management reserve or contingency. The project finished ahead of schedule because with a fixed price, the contractor was focused entirely on productivity, not change management, nickeling and diming the owner for change to maximize profit, not on generating claims, on execution, on productivity. That was their focus. When I had dinner with that project manager recently in Calgary, he told me, Wissam, I got a promotion because of this project too. This time I was on the owner side, a power interconnection infrastructure project in Alberta and BC. It was structured as a design, build, own, and transfer in 20 years. And after converting to a lump sum price, the total project cost increased only by 5% over the entire contract life cycle. Every dollar of that 5% was owner mandated. Additional scope we gave them, updated standards that came into effect, and we didn't want to be grandfathered in. Not a single dollar of contractor driven overrun. If this had been time and material, cost reimbursable, we would be talking about 20, 30, 40%, maybe more on a 20-year agreement where the net present value would be reflective of that. Contractor finished on time. 2 projects, 2 industries, same result. This is what a properly structured commercial contract does. It aligns everyone's expectations, incentives, not magic, not luck, structure. That is what a properly structured commercial contract can do. What I do is this. I help owners turn unpredictable construction projects into fixed, predictable outcomes. I evaluate the commercial contract structure, the parts that control the cost, the risk, the schedule, and the payment, and fix what needs fixing before it becomes an expensive problem. I work with project owners in oil and gas, infrastructure, and major construction companies. I work with CFOs who are tired of budget surprises. I work with project managers who want to protect their projects from day one. I also work with legal and contract advisory firms who want a commercial contract expert on their team because they know the terms and conditions. Other 95% of the contract. Every week, I run a free live training session where I walk project owners, CFOs, project managers through exactly how commercial contract risk works. And most importantly, what to do about it. It's not pre-recorded, of course. It's live. You can ask questions. You can bring your specific contract situations, and we work through together in real time. That's the fastest way to understand if what I do is what your project needs. There are two ways to get started. If you want to join the weekly training, click on the first link below. It's live and it will change how you look at every contract before signing. If you would rather talk directly, confidentiality issues, intellectual properties, or you're shy like me, click the second link below and book a 20-minute call with me. Tell me about your project, and I'll tell you exactly where the risk is and what to do about it. Your next project does not have to go over budget. Let's make sure it doesn't.